Hello, hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy solstice to all of you. And good morning to those of you on this side of the planet. And good evening to all of you on the other side of the planet. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. And before we get started here, let me just get my desktop all set up and we will get you scored away. And if you're enjoying these free readings, if you guys can do me a favor and give the video a thumbs up, it does help spread the Zen love, get to be part of the Love Tsunami, but the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves those likes, and it makes them want to share my videos with other individuals as well automatically. So thank you guys so much for being able to do that. And of course, it's free, which is the perfect price too. All right, so let me just get finishing set up here, and we will get into there. Hey, everybody! Hello, hello, hello. All right, get this stretched out so I can see everything. Looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, and if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, which is a great combination. And the information on my channel and how the readings work and everything else is all listed in the description box of the video. The quick 411 on it, the deets, as they say, um, are that for free readings, I go down in order, first come, first serve. If anyone makes a donation, I honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, and then once I'm done, I return back and continue down the free readings. I'm on about 2 hours, and then I go into a praying mantis member session for my YouTube channel, where after every one of my free offerings, I actually have a special hour or so with my praying mantis YouTube members. Also, we have a special Q&A on Thursday nights for 2 hours as well. So if you're interested, all that information is down in the description box, as well as how you can donate. All right. So, um, yeah, and everyone else, so like Smiley Bright, you can join them. If you check out the description box of the video, it tells you how it all works, which is just the chat is the list. So you can just pop your question out there, and if I get down to it during the session, then I will definitely be able to answer those questions. All right, and then we're in my little. This doesn't appear to be as red. It's really red. Just the camera doesn't pick it up. Almost looks reddish orange, but it's red and green, which are Christmas colors. So Merry Christmas! All right. So, also want to let everyone know, because we just entered solstice, I do have a pick a card around all the winter, summer solstice, depending on which side of the world you're on, which hemisphere, has a pick a card of 3 different pick a cards for this 3-month period, and a theme for each sign. There's a part 2 where there's a card for each individual zodiac sign, so be sure to check that out. It also has the planets and what they rule over in our lives, what area of our lives. So if you know your birth chart, you can actually even look up the sign for that planet and see for this 3-month period what kind of theme you'll be looking at. So be sure to check it, and of course that's all free. And then the December solstice actually is the introduction of Capricorn season. So happy birthday, all you Capricorn sun babies. This is a pick a card for the Capricorn season for everyone, but there's a special bonus birthday reading for all you Capricorn sun babies, a 3-month forecast. So be sure to check that out. Or if you have Capricorns in your life, send it to them. It's free, and it can be a nice little gift for them. And on next Tuesday, the day after Christmas, we have a Cancer full moon. So, of course, the moon rolls over the Cancer sign. It's a water moon, so it's going to be big. And we talk about in this pick a card what can be transformed in your relationship with mother figures. So be sure to check that out. And yesterday morning, I did put out here. Can you believe it's almost 2024? I did put out 2024 energy forecasts for each individual zodiac sign. I know I've been busy, haven't I? So we talk about love, we talk about money, we talk about career, and we also split out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months. and we talk about a blessing for each that spirit wants you to know, and then also dig a little deeper into each of those periods to see what else. So be sure to check those out. That's for the entire year. And then if you haven't um, checked out and gotten into the next drawing, this video talks about the winners from November. I'm changing up how I'm going to do drawings. And this one offers a chance to win a 30-minute past life reading. So you have until tomorrow night, the end of Christmas Eve, to get into that drawing. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. And if you're just interested in a past life reading, I'm now offering those to the public, obviously. And this link tells you about what comes with a past life reading. And they're half off till the end of the year. So about another week to go. You can get a 30-minute past life reading for 10 US dollars and an hour past life reading for 25. You can ask about your own self. You can ask about, well, how about me and this individual? What kind of past lives did we have? And spirit will bring in which past life they want you to know about that's influencing this lifetime too. So really cool stuff. I really enjoy those. Um, and they're just so amazing. Every single one has blown me away, and the recipients too. They're just like, "This is crazy. How does it, how does that influence?" And it's really cool. Maybe someday I'll talk about past life readings and dive a little deeper. But that's all the skinny, all that stuff. So blah blah blah. We're done. But I want to make sure you're all aware of all the free things that are available and those opportunities, and we will get started. I am going to be using these transient light tarot today. I've been using them the last couple of days. I usually stick to one, during the weekend. Sometimes more. You can see all those, all these up here, or all my. Whoops, I guess you could do it this way. There you go. All of these up here are my tarot, and then all these are my oracle, and down there too. Yeah, I might need an intervention, but I love cards and the messages they bring, and I like to support authors too. So, all right, enough of the blah blah blah, and we'll get started. So I do have some donations, as which where we will start. So we start off with Priyanka. Hey Priyanka, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love because it does let me do that. And I think I saw you post your question. There it is. So you want to know Alka's current feelings for you. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. And shout out to Nova Rodriguez. You can see her name in green and the little badge. That's what, when you're one of my YouTube channel members, the name pops out like that. So I like to give a shout out to my members because their monthly subscription actually help support the channel to allow me to continue to do all this. So, big shout out and then thank you. So, love it, love it, love it. It's my host leaving in the car. All right, so let's take a look here. I think I've shuffled them enough here. Let's see what we got here for you. So, Priyanka, Alka's current feelings. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. No, not that. What else? Of course, feelings and thoughts of other people about us are like the wind, right? Who knows where it's blowing today? So let's take a look here. Yeah, I had a feeling about them. Just this Five of Coins, the Five of Pentacles, they got these underlying feelings. And I feel like these first three cards are more about kind of like an update on how the wind's blowing within them right now. And then we'll see their impression and their energies of you, the other three cards. Because this Five of Pentacles, they have these feelings, just not specific to you, just in their life. Feeling left out in the cold, feeling left behind, abandonment, some things left over from childhood that they don't feel very highly of themselves. Feel like they had like this high bar that was set for them, and they just weren't really celebrated accomplishments or things that they did in their life. It was always about, well, that's good, but this is the next thing you need to do. It's like, can you just like celebrate that they made this achievement. No, okay, then next step. It wasn't really celebrated a whole lot. Yeah, and the 3 of Pentacles, they're really in this kind of period of their life where they're struggling a little bit to try to be their authentic self. Yeah, they wanted me to look at this one too. The Proclaimer, the Hierophant, and this is all about their higher self drawing them to this place. These fives are numbers of changes. You get the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 is the Hierophant, and they're trying to discover, who am I? Who truly am I? My capital T truth of my identity, what I want in life, who I want, the world. And so this draw of their higher self to try to be true to their authentic self. So they are going kind of through this overhaul on the inside, questioning, what do I want? I don't know. There's this confusion that's bubbling below the surface there. So they want you to know that up front. And you're like, well, that explains a lot about what's going on in their life, but let's see how they see you here. Yeah, so they got the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight out of them all. A lot of passion moving. So they know that they're attracted to you energetically and not emotionally. The emotions are kind of shut down on the inside, but they're attracted to you energetically and physically. And there's a lot of that there. That is allowed to be expressed. Of course, they're allowing that. Deep below the surface, too, you've got this 6 of Cups, the 6 of Vessels, which has to do with these deep emotions that are down there, and they feel this draw to you. This is part of the energetic attraction, too. But there's these emotions below the surface, and this has to do with um, past life connections. You guys have had past lives together, and there's this un un um unclear draw. They're just like, I don't know why. I just these feelings come up and this draw, which is beyond their reasoning right now. But it is these past life connections. And of course, I do offer past life readings if you're interested in one. All that information's in the description box. But there's this long, drawn out, several lifetimes that you guys have had together, and those are bubbling below the surface. And they don't know, like, why do I feel that way? I don't know. They don't have a whole lot of clarity around things. That's why they're being lifted up. It's like the time in their life where their higher self is drawing them out of a fog. And then we've got the Devil card. Here we go into Capricorn season. Saturn energy. There's all this getting down to business, and they're trying to clarify, also, around relationships, their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around relationships. And they've got all these opinions that they had growing up. And so they're working this out. I feel like there's a big transformation in how they're perceiving you and themselves and the world. And that's why they started out saying, who knows where the wind's blowing today, because they're in this constant flux right now. And it's almost like by the minute, you know how wind is. You can wake up and there's no wind, and you go into a store, you come out and there's gusts and wind flying all over the place. And then before you know it, it's all calm again and it's blowing in a different direction. And that's how I feel like their feelings and their thoughts and everything are a lot of confusion going on in their life right now. So, I know, Priyanka, you're like, well, it does explain a lot why they feel inconsistent, possibly. Their actions are different. They might be like close and far away and close and far away and distant and absent and then right close and then gone again. And you're just like, what is happening? But they're like the wind right now, just blowing in all these different directions, trying to find their true north, their true, what they're truly wanting. And once that sets in, then you'll see movement. It's undetermined right now because they are blowing all over the place with their heart and mind. Passion, you might experience that, and you're like, hey, oh, that'll do. But of course, we want more than just attraction. We want them to fall madly in love with us, but they're not in that place where they have that for themselves. So they can't really give it to anyone else right now. So that's what's coming in, Priyanka. Hopefully that helps with understanding what's going on with them and why they seem kind of fickle and drifting all over the place. So hang in there, my dear, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Patty, hello, hello. Let me give your donation some love and thank you so much for that. All right. Hello, hello. And you'd like a career financial reading for the first 3 months of 2024. And I think you did say that you already checked out your 2024 energy forecast. If you haven't, I think you said that last night, but that was a long time ago. But if you haven't, check it out because that'll give you some more information too. So I feel like I need to shuffle these up. All right, so let's take a look here, Patty. Career, finance for first 3 months of 2024. Okay, let me grab that card here. Okay, flying off the table, which is a good card to get. You do have this strength card coming in here, which is this wonderful connection between your human self and your higher self. So I feel you do get a lot of clarity coming in here during the first 3 months around career, direction, and it's like your heart is being able to be expressed, and you do have this change of where you're headed. Um, the bottom of the deck, yeah, you got the bottom of the deck. You have the Seven of Wands, which is like the sun shining, which the sun does not ask permission to shine, it just does. It doesn't dim its light, and I feel like you are this Leo energy of the strength card too, stepping forward, bold, showing the world who you are and what you want. And you do have the Hierophant here on the bottom of the deck too, which is all about being drawn, understanding what it is truly is your dharma, your life purpose, what I want to do, where I want to head, and you're getting clarity around that. Now, I do see here, yeah, oh my gosh, they're like, here's all the bottom of the deck telling you all about your path. I think these other two cards are going to be about your finances because they're like, this is the underlying toe of your life that's going on right now. You have the tower at work, which is removing things out of your life to make space for things that are more in alignment with your true path and where you're wanting to head. It's making space for new growth and new creation, but it's also opening up this path for you to move forward in this different direction. So you're going to have this movement. You also have the 10 of Wands, which is a reallocation of your energy and resources during the first 3 months, where instead of in a bunch of different areas, you're really cutting things that seemed urgent that aren't important. And you're really zeroing in and consolidating all the energy you're investing into just a couple places. That is what makes this leap forward in your dream, in your career, because you have the Three of Wands too in the bottom, which is all about you choosing a different direction than you had been at before. So again, all of this is supporting this career change. This, and it may not be completely in a different field, but it's definitely like it's like a doctor. If they're like, oh, I want to be a general practitioner, it's like, no, I want to go into research, or I want to go into being a brain surgeon or a specialty. It's like there's this swap and this change of direction that comes in. And you have the Apprentice of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, which is about new ideas, new direction that comes in, clarity of your mind, a higher clarity. So all of those support your career. Definitely a career change. There's just, for me, there's no doubt that you're going to be like, all right, this super awareness of this is what would make my heart sing, and I'm going to do it. Why am I waiting to die to live my dream? No, I'm going to go live my dream. So I like that. And let's take a look here and see. Yeah. So your finances are balanced here with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins, and the Crown of Wands, which is the King of Wands, is all about you stepping forward. And as you're stepping forward in the direction that you're going, with this, it's like the Emperor energy. It's Aries, it's new beginnings. And so the money balances out. But it's like they're saying that, with the switch in the beginning, sometimes, the money might go down a little bit in the beginning, but the pleasure and the joy and the fullness goes up. And as that goes up, then also the finances go up, because it's an amazing thing when you're doing what you love, you don't care about money as much, and then money comes in. It's when you focus on money and you're doing something you hate, it's a struggle to get, abundance. And because it's like your heart truly isn't in it, your mind is trying to control things, right? So I love all this clarity. I love all this abundance that comes in here in this first 3 months is a big piece of the transition. But I just feel like when you put all that energy into it, it moves fast in 2024. The first 3 months are very important with transition. And after that, it's just woohoo. And you just kind of just keep going, going, going. It's like, it's not, I don't even show it like dropping. I see like in the beginning, it has like a little balances out, but then it goes, it just keeps going and going and going. So I like that for you, Patty. So enjoy that. Wow, so perfect. All right, so there we go. So confirmation there. I just now saw your comment. So that's exactly where you're at in the moment. New direction, new career change. It's very supported. I love where you're headed with it. So high five. And thank you again so much for your donation, Patty. And you're welcome, Priyanka. I just saw your comment too. All right, so let's continue moving down the list here. Let me just double check here. I didn't get any. All right, just have to keep a side view on my emails because sometimes people will donate in between, but I'm all good for now. And Supernova, thank you, Nova, for your first donation. Let's give that some love here. And you want to know, what does your spirit guides want you to see about your own presence and energy? All right. I love it, Patty. Whoopsh. All right. So let's take a look here. What do your spirit guides want you to see about your presence? Okay. And then they wanted that one too. And then your energy. All right. So what is your presence? Do you mean like Christmas presents? I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah. Well, of course. And then your energy. Okay. So your presence, superstar, here you are, supernova, superstar. So you are a brightness. Your presence is this, you know, um, it's normally a dream come true card, but I don't feel like that is for this particular piece of it here. But it is like this brightness in the night sky. That's when stars shine. During the day you don't see them because the sun is overshadowing it, right? And so when you look at, the presence, it's like someone's like, wow, you're just like this bright presence. And when people are in a dark place in their life, and that's the presence that comes forward. And we know that with the 5 of Wands, you transmute this energy. You can go into a room, and that's something to be aware of. We can go into a room and brighten it up. But if we're in a pissy ass, I think I can say that on YouTube. If not, sorry. But mood, we can bring down a room, make it harder for people to choose joy. We can never control anyone's emotions. We just can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love, which is our choice each moment. And you're able to transmute things just with your presence and your energy when you're in, and then especially when you play music and things in the future, that will come in here. Keeper of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And, so it's definitely this nurturing energy that comes in. I don't know. I think they used to call, what Lady Gaga, her fans were called monsters, and she was like Mother Monster. That's the kind of energy. It's like this, even though you're young, you have this presence of like the crone, the mother, someone that's been around, and you're able to nurture people in ways, and it's very much this, it's like mother moon energy, mother Luna energy, and I like that. And you have the Eight of Vessels, and so your presence here too is this. There's a dual meaning to this, and one of them is that you help people leave their emotions behind that don't serve them anymore, and even convincing people that it's okay to leave relationships behind that no longer serve them either. But I feel like your presence also is a little bit of I can take you or leave you. I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. And if this season is over of you being in my life, bye. I feel like your presence is not one of attachment to people. You love people, you nurture them, you care for them, but I can feel like you can take them or leave them, and they're like, "Whoa," and it's like, "What?" you know, I find I have this, in my own heart. I'm me, and I'm okay. I won't die. I like being around you, but I won't die with you out in my life. And they're like, that's not what people want to hear, right? I need you to need me. So that's the presence there. And then your energy, 10 of Wands, a lot of energy, um, and transformative energy. The 10 of Wands, has this kind of approach to it. There it goes. That it can almost feel like a burden sometimes, but that's when you reset. Oh, it's like a phoenix. They're showing me a phoenix, like energy gets to a certain point and then it has to burn down to re be reborn into something else, right? And so you have a lot of flood, a lot of energy, a lot of stuff that comes out, but truly, I feel like I can relate that I'm an introvert. People don't are like, "What? You're an introvert?" And my friends know me like he's a hermit. I can, not be around people for a very long time and not even realize it. But but I gain my recharge. I recharge my battery in being away from everything and hermiting. And I feel like that's you too. This is that kind of energy just to be aware of. It's okay. Take time to recharge. You can be out in public in groups and a lot of stuff, but it's like, yep, let's come back and make sure you plug in and recharge so that you can maintain it. Don't wait until the battery's dead to plug it in. When it starts getting low, plug in so you can, reboot your energy and stay healthy and approachable and loving instead of, turning into like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? And we have here, your energy is this beautiful flow too of giving and receiving. And you just said Libra rising. Well, here's the balancing of the scales too. So your energy is, very much, and this is reiterating about it's important to balance and recharge. So I like that. Yep, introverted. Okay. There you go. There you go. I love it. So that's what they have for that question there. And then thank you for your additional donation. Let me give that some love. And you want to know, are you meant to be seen and heard in all you do and be a leader for others? You feel you might be. I would say that feels right. Let's see what the cards say. Excuse me. I do feel like you will lead by example, not so much like, "Let's go," I feel like you lead by how you live your life and how you treat people and how you, treat people interviewing you, fans, different things. I just feel like you live a life that's pure you, um, and that's how you lead there. So, I do see that here. Let me see what else. Anything else? Cards wise, all right. Well, I gave you four. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay. So you have the emperor, which would be, they rule over the king. So, yeah, definitely leader energy coming in there. And, we've got this, you've got, it's funny. I love how cards come out here. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. If not, we'll just do it with two. Why make it difficult? Just do it this way. So you've got 8, 9, 10. You got the 8 of wands, which is fast moving energy. 9 of swords, which is looking at your fears and, the nightmare insomnia. But it's the self reflection transforming it, which gives you more energy with the 10 of wands. So you have like this energy and this movement, and then you look at what fears come up and what lower vibrational, kind of energies and beliefs you have, which then ignite you even more to the 10 of wands. And so I like this because I feel like when you see the impact that you have on others, it just encourages you even so much more. And again, leading by example, it just feels like there's this, um, you know, you um, share these messages, you share your energy with the world, and then you you live like your life, you're vulnerable, and you share things like people are like, "Wow, you're so awesome," and you're like, "Well, I still struggle. I'm going through this right now," and you share with people, "This is one of my fears," and people are like, "What?" And it's kind of you work through your fears through song and through you know, going live with your fans or whatever. I just see you doing this kind of thing where you share with people, well, this is what I'm going through and this is how I'm getting through it. And how are you guys getting through it? And it's like this growth, that comes in here. And then it just like it says, the 10 of wands just takes it to another level. And I feel like that's how you lead by being real, not being, well, this is what, you've seen actors and musicians and all sorts of people that are in the spotlight, and you're just like, fake. I can see right through it. Especially when you're empathic, you can just be like, yeah, I see behind the mask. Why? Well, go ahead, enjoy your little facade, but we know what's really going on. I love that it's like this pure and this realness. And, you have artists like that, like I always talk about. Um, Aurora. She's an amazing soul. She always reminds me of like a fairy princess, a woodland fairy princess kind of. She's just like so real and so pure, and you can just tell that she's not. She's like, what? Why would I lie? Why would I want to do all that? And so I really love that. So we like it. So that yes, absolutely, she is, isn't she, Shanae? So I like that, and that's what they have for you right now regarding that question. And then I did see you have another one, which we'll get down to here in a momentito. And then Vidi Jalan, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love. And let's see here. There you go. Perfect timing as always. Thank you, VD. Hello, hello. So you've been facing some issues regarding the construction on your garments that are required to get your portfolio completed. Somehow the tailors are delaying it so much that you've lost patience. Why is this happening? All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look and see what is the purpose behind this delay and what advice Spirit has for you. Is that is that like part of the industry, right? You're like, "Ugh, is this the way it's gonna be all the time? I'm gonna have to, you know, create my own garment factory." Let's take a look here. Yeah, well, you got the 9 of Cups, which is dreams come true, and you got the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight out of them all. So they're like, "Yep, definitely, you know, is happening for a reason here." So I do see how this is, unfolding. Let's see what this is about here. Yeah. So we've got the 10 of swords, which is the letting go of expectations and just being tired of, like you said, you're kind of sick and tired of trying to make people do what you are wanting or needing them to do. And the Four of Vessels is this, Four of Cups is emotional stability. And it comes in here when we try to control things. Boy, isn't that one of the greatest experiences in our life when we try to control things outside of our control. And trust me, I know I managed people for many years and trying to make them do what corporate wanted them to do. It's like trying to herd cats and trying to have even like two cats side by side taking a picture. You can't even do that, right? So there is this, energy here of letting go of control. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, things do work out here for you with the Wheel of Fortune. That, the Wheel of Fortune tells us everything does unfold and happen for us. Sometimes our human goes, "How is this for me?" But the Wheel of Fortune says even our human side is on board with it. Like, "Oh, okay, I see how this is for me." You have the Six of Swords, which is letting go of fears and movement and looking at things in a different way. Could be movement too. Um, and and so there could be, this. You've got the Seven of Wands down here, which is about you being true to your authentic self. And the sun does not ask permission to shine, does not dim its light for anyone. And I almost have this, is there another option? Is there someone else? Is there, telling these, individuals, hey, I need this done, and if you're not able to do it, we discuss time frame. Then if you gave them money, you're like, I need a refund and I need to find somewhere else. And if they're like, whoa, 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 wait, 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 we'll get this done. It's like, well, I need it like yesterday. So when can I have it? And what have you worked on so far? It's like really, having this, but it's not trying to control, it's approaching it in a, this is what's going on, this is what I need, this is what is happening. And I feel like when you're talking to them, around this, you're understanding this is, um, you know, dreams take time, right? Of course, but whenever there's a delay, there's always a reason for a delay. Either like we're getting clarity around what we really want, or we're altering things, or it's saving us from something that had if it had it rushed forward and went forward, it's like then everything blows up, right? So there is this, movement of trusting the process, communicating, yeah, and asking them, um, if there's, any reason why, if you guys aren't able to do it in within this time, then, um, is there another option? Can I outsource it to someone else then? You know, um, but I do feel like it's all happening for a reason, and ultimately with the Wheel of Fortune that you're going to be happy about it. Um, but I do feel like the Six of Swords, there is this movement of thought and belief and fears. And, the Ten of Swords is letting go of control and asking spirit, going, okay, it's not humans that really run things, it's the spirit world, right? And it's not humans who bring us what we need, it's creator. So you can bypass the middleman and ask creator, can you give me guidance, give me a sign, is there something I need to change, or do I need to change something in design? That's why it's delayed, because I can say, well, since you haven't started yet, can you do this with it instead? Or it's like, well, can I move it to someone else? Really, look into this, energy of letting go of the how and even the when, and you're letting the creator and spirit know the what, right? And, when with our energy, the 7 of Wands too, it's about where we invest our energy. And if we focus in on, like, what, what's missing and what's not going right, then we're telling the universe, "Hey, I really enjoy this being so slow and taking so long, and, can you make it, be delayed longer?" Because that's what we're focusing on. Definitely focusing on gratitude is such an amazing changing of things, right? Time frame is all about your energy, so the more you focus on gratitude, and if you're focusing on the fears of it not being done in time and doing this and doing that, when we focus on gratitude, then and the things that we do, we raise our energy vibration. It draws in things sooner. Whereas when we're focusing on lower vibrational, energies, it drags things out even more. So, you know, just the things that we've mentioned. Yay, I love it. Definitely, it's a life changer in so many ways, but, step into the gratitude for thank you for, that things are unfolding perfectly, perfect timing, and ask spirit, give me signs on other things that I can do, because I feel like this delay happened, of course, on purpose, just either to have you go to somewhere else that gets it done quickly and they have much better work, and they even come up with ideas and say, "Have you ever thought of doing this? It'll make it, easier to make and cheaper to make and blah 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 blah." And you're like, "Oh, no, I didn't think of that. Wow, thank you." Because they're in the industry and they know. Um, or if it's with the current place and just, thanking them for their attention to it, and instead of, not coming across as trying to control things, but gratitude gets us so much further too. So hopefully that helps. That's what they're saying here. And timing is all about our energy and how we're investing it. And I know, like, when I used to, like, work in corporate life, when I would strive and strive and strive to get promotions and bonuses and raises, I would get a meets. I'd just meet and I'm like, but I did all of this. And they're like, "Well, no, we see it this way." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And then I'm like, "All right, I give up. I'm just letting go of everything and going back to what I love, and which is helping people." And then I would do, like, half as much of what I was doing and going above and beyond. And then bonuses, raises, promotions. And I'm like, seriously? But it taught me to let go of control, let go of the striving, and come back to the moment and focus on what I love, gratitude and everything else, right? And then it came easier. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense, but then it doesn't make sense. When you try to control something, you push it away. When you have gratitude and um, be present, it you draw things in. So hopefully that helps, BD. Hang in there, my dear. I know, what a journey. Yay. All right, but thank you for your donation as well. Hang in there. All right. And then up next, we've got Shanae. Thank you so much for your donation. And we're celebrating your third super on a live stream. So I love that. And thank you for allowing me to be that. Anyone? Hi, hi. So on your last reading, Spirit said it wasn't time yet for your situation to be solved. Any guidance on that? Sure. Can take a look here and see what is coming in with that here. So you're very welcome, VD. So your situation, it wasn't time yet for the situation to be solved. What more do you want to tell us about that? Any of those? Nope, these and that one. All right. Those two at the very end. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got all these two twos, two two twos. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, and then one in the middle. Okay, no, there's two. So that does go there. Wow, so you've got 5 sets of 2. So let's just talk about these. So there's a lot of hidden and unknown things way below the surface here with the moon card. and the Three of Swords represents expectations equal disappointment. And when it's not time for a situation to be solved, it means that there's still some stuff bubbling below the surface that is wanting to be looked at. And it basically is like, well, we could, the situation could be solved, but then it's just going to circle back around to it. It's like, do you want to, get to the root of it now, or do you want it just to keep coming back over and over again until you're ready to deal with the root? And the reason why this time the situation isn't ready to be solved yet is because you're ready. You're like, I'm tired of doing what I always did and get what I always got, whatever situation it is, and you're just like, that's it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just dig in here. And then Mother Luna energy too, about nurturing your emotions and diving into this. Where's this fear? Where's this disappointment? Where's this pain coming from, right? Because there is like it's like if you have a thorn on the bottom of your foot and you're like, well, let me just sit for a while and put my foot up. All right, it's not hurting as much. Let me start walking again. It doesn't take long before the thorn on the bottom of your foot starts hurting again. And it's like, all right, let me just take my shoe off, take my sock off, get the tweezers, take it out. It's going to hurt, when it's pulling out the thorn. And then I'm going to put some salve on it and a band aid and then put everything back in. And it hurts a little bit, but not as much as it did with the thorn in there. And then over time, you're like, it's gone. And this is what they're looking at, is like getting into this thorn that's been you've been stepping on for a while, right? Yeah, and then yeah, and again, they're kind of reiterating a little bit here, but this is like significance. You've got all these major arcana, which means this is a significant pain that's been following you for a while. And you got the nurturer, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture with the Empress card, the nurturer. So this, diving into this, nurturing yourself, taking time for you, and even the Sun card, which is shining bright lights into that area. But Leo energy too, it's the inner child diving deep into there. So both of these, so far, these two sets together are about nurturing yourself, taking the time to look within, find the source of that pain and that fear so that it can be transformed so it doesn't keep triggering, right? It's something that keeps repeating that you're ready to like, um, to move from. Yeah, because you're ready for having like this flow here with the 10 of vessels, the 10 of cups. You're like, I want to be happy, want to have this, full feeling coming in here. And the Six of Swords is leaving behind the Three of Swords that we had in the beginning. It's leaving behind these three swords and it's moving over this bridge. Usually it's a boat going across water, leaving three behind, moving towards three. And, this energy here is definitely um, letting go of old ways of thinking, moving to higher ways of thinking, all this transformative energy here that allows you to feel this happiness. and and I feel like there's been, a little bit of numbness in some ways. And if this pain, if you've unplugged your emotions at times because it gets too loud, you also miss out on all the happy feelings too. It's like the emotions are unplugged. It's like, well, I'm not feeling the pain, but I'm also not feeling the joy that I can. I'm just kind of numb. It's like, well, let's deal with the pain so you can plug it back in and feel this full flow that comes in here, right? So, and just feels like it's time for that to be able to transform here. Yeah, you got the Queen of Wands with the Keeper of Wands here, and then also the Ace of Vessels, the Ace of Cups. This is the self-love here, and a big piece of this connection, how it like, well, how do I go about it? The Queen of Wands, um, she rolls over fire, and it rolls over that spiritual energy, but all the queens get a second portion of water, which is emotion. Usually she'll have a black cat on her card, whereas the prince, the which is the knight, and the page and the king, they all have a like a salamander to protect them from risk. But the queen doesn't feel like she needs protection because she's so connected to spirit. She's able to transform uh, things and make decisions. And this connection with spirit, just so deep. And the Ace of Cups is you become this chalice and you ask spirit, fill me up with that unconditional love and let me fill up and overflow. And so the source of helping you see the pain and soothe the pain is finding that unconditional love in your own heart, inward and upward, because you do have here, the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place and connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm. You've got the Knight of Swords with the Champion of Swords here. They're on this quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, getting that Ace of Swords, which is the gift that Spirit gives you, which allows you to cut away, these small T truths that no longer serve you, these that are rooted in fear. So it's not quite ready to be moved on from, because it's like, well, I could get up and walk some more, but why go through this pain again? It's just going to start hurting again. It's like, all right, I'm tired of walking on this. I'm ready to take off my damn shoe and my sock and get this thing out of my foot. And that's where I feel that you're at and why things are unfolding this way. So hopefully that helps there, but that is what they are um, saying to you right now, Shanae. So hang in there and enjoy the nurturing of yourself. It's time for you, so you can tell everyone, I'm stepping away. I'm working on me. I'm gonna get this thing out of my foot, and then I'll be able to move forward in whatever thing this is. So I like it. I like it for you. Freedom, no pain. All right. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue down here. So, Supernova, thank you for your next donation here. And let me just scroll down a little bit. All right. So, your next question there was, what does Kurt's spirit want you to know about the new experiences ahead for your dreams? Also, what I feel I deserve, also is what I feel I deserve valid for it. Okay. Let's take a look here. So, what does Kurt want you to know about your new experiences ahead of your dreams? And let's see here what they have to say about your feelings about it, too. All right. All right. Kurt. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, the first card is the Champion of Coins, the King of Pentacles. So, of course, what they want you to know about your new experiences ahead for your dreams is baby steps. It that takes time for the outside to catch up with your inside, right? We don't change from the outside in. Our world changes from the inside out. And so as you're changing on the inside, then things are changing on the outside. And it's and they're saying it could be, um frustrating when you want so much on the inside and the outside is like a snail. You're like, come on, hurry up. But they're like, that's part of the process. When things are taking their time, you go inward and upward, you focus on you, and then that's what allows things to unfold, right? They're like, enjoy it. You've got the Three of Cups, which is enjoy the moments and focus on joy, 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 joy. But the Three of Cups also is you're not alone in this journey. And whenever you're have time and you feel like things are going slow, take the opportunity to connect with spirit and allow them to guide you and allow them, to um, you know, have this beautiful conversations and awarenesses. And it's like when I'd go walking, the first time I felt spirit walking with me in a strong way, I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we don't get to like enjoy an adventure of getting from here to there. If on the other side, if we want to be over there, we're already there. Psst, we're there. It's like, okay, this is what it's like over here. But down here, we have the process of the journey, of the adventure, of the scavenger hunt, and they like to go along with us and experience it. So they're like, when things are going slow, just, say, "You guys enjoying this?" You know, and talk to us. I like it. So funny. And you have the full card too. They're like, "Yeah, it's an important piece here of, um, that, the fool's journey here is, without restriction. It's focusing on the moment and it's approaching it you know, um, like a child does, with such awe and possibilities. And when people say you can't do that, you're like, watch me, I can. Who says, there's this freedom of allowing things to unfold, and kind of a rebel in a way. The full card has kind of that Uranus energy, which is like Aquarius energy, which is like the old ways don't meet the new ways. It's like, here we go. If you ever seen the movie with Robin Williams called What Dreams May Come, it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. It starts off pretty devastating because, their kids get killed, and then, uh, and this happens in the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler alert. You find out very quickly, and his wife is so depressed by it, she ends up taking, um, well, he ends up getting killed, and then his wife ends up committing suicide. And there's all this about the heavens, and how things are not. They're like, he goes, "Well, can we do this?" They're like, "There's no rules up here. No one's ever tried it. Let's go." And I like that kind of energy that comes in here with this. Is there's this opening of possibilities, and that you can do it. And you have your little hermit energy. They're like, it's okay. Don't worry. As you're spending time, you're never ever alone. The Nine of Pentacles is like this, in a garden with harvest and wonderful things unfolding, but you're never alone. They always have some sort of winged creature that, or normally, which represents spirit, which says you're never ever alone in the outside world. And so I like this, um, just take it moment by moment with eyes full of joy and wonder, and know you're never alone in it all, that you're going to have everything you need in each moment along the way, and allow it to take as much time as it needs, because you're not in a rush to get to the end. Enjoy each step and process along the way as it grows. Yeah, we're taught in society and our human of, I got to get to here, that means I'm successful. I got to get to here, it means I'm lovable. And it's like coming back to, like, I'm living my dream, and that's what matters. In this moment, I'm here. If I'm in the future, I have anxiety. If I'm in the past, I'm depressed. But come back to the now in this moment, and that's where we find this beautiful, beautiful love. Um, and your energy here, let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, because you said, will you feel you deserve it? You are in the moment, you will feel it, because you have the magician, which is, you're bringing forward your magic into the world, the champion of swords. You have this movement of communication, and you do see things, you're questing for more and more. And you also have the Eight of Wands, which is messages from spirit. So I feel like in the moments when you feel you don't deserve it, they're gonna, you know led by Kurt, they're gonna smack you upside the back of your head and go, really, seriously? And you're just like, okay, I do deserve this. I feel like they will make sure that you stay humble, but they're also gonna not let you be degrading to yourself. So I love that. So that's what they have for you with that one, Supernova. So thank you again for that donation. And then we got Johanna. Hey, Johanna, another one of my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you. And let's take a look here. Was yours up above? Did I see yours up above? Or maybe I'm just remembering like before. You know how it goes. Everything starts running together. So let's see here, Johanna. If you haven't popped your question down yet, make sure to do that. And we'll make you next. I'm scrolling up here a little more. Might have went too fast. Nope, don't see it. You did. All right, let me try it again. Oh, yeah, right there in green. How do I not see that? So, and you called me a hoe, ho, like ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Any wise words from spirit guides about the situation with you and your dad? All right, yeah, let's take a look here. Ya ho. I know you meant hi, or maybe you meant ho ho ho. Let's take a look here. Uh, so the energy underneath, below the surface of everything is the Hanged One, which is about seeing things from a different perspective, and there is this transformation that's unfolding here. So that energy is what's kind of flowing below the surface here. That it is all happening for this transformation. Yeah. I do see that things will balance out here. You've got the Tower card. You've got the Two of Pentacles. I like that. And the Ace of Wands. So what's unfolding here, a mix between hi and ho ho ho. Love it. But this is the things that are being removed out of the way, some stagnancy, some things, some blocks that need to be removed in order for this Ace of Wands to allow this newness, this reboot, this transformation to happen, right? It's like the caterpillar has to be parts of the caterpillar have to be moved to have the butterfly to be able to be created. And so there is this balance that's coming in, this ebb and this flow. And so understanding that there is cycles that happen, and that's okay. It's part of the transformation that needs to happen to allow a new flow to come into your life. Yeah. Chariot. And the chariot is movement, 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 but it's also a very empowering energy because it allows us to, oh, wow, just get our power back, but also release everyone else at the same time, which is very empowering in both cases, right? Because we realize with the Chariot card that every moment things just are, things just happen. People just do things or don't do things, and people just say things or don't say things, as well as we just do, and it's just neutral when it's out here. When it gets into here, like it comes in through all our senses, our brain goes, all right, this is the story that we are supposed to put to this. And it challenges our thinking because we've gotten a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts from the past that have, been so ingrained and repeated over and over and over again that we took it on as our opinion, our habit, our reaction. So when things happen in the outside world, it's like, okay, I have this story that I feel I'm supposed to. So we might have some mental conflict when we're growing in our lives, right? Because we've got butterfly thoughts around it and old caterpillar thoughts around it. Higher thoughts and caterpillar thoughts, right? And so the stories might have conflict going, I don't want it to mean that. I want it to mean this. And we will slowly change our habit of what that means by us. Um, Taking a big deep breath, and we'll usually like a changing of a habit is afterwards, we'll be like, "Oh, I wish I would've," and then it's usually like a year afterwards, right? "Oh, yeah, back then I wish I would have done that," and then it's right after it, like, "Oh, I meant to do that." Then during while it's happening, we're like, "Oh, I really wish I could," and then we end up doing it the old way. Sometimes we'll do it the new way, and then sometimes we will before it's starting to happen, we'll be like, "Oh, wait, I wanna think of a different way," and sometimes we'll choose the old way, and sometimes we'll choose the new, and then eventually, it's a no-brainer anymore because we've did a different groove of our habit to apply this story. Same thing with our emotions. We have caterpillar emotions that we will put to it, lower vibrational, and then we learn to put higher vibrational emotions over time. energy. We put energy forward. Whatever we focus our energy on is what like attracts like. It grows and expands. We learn to focus our energy on higher butterfly energy instead of lower vibrational. And actions, physical actions, the choices we make of caterpillar actions or butterfly actions. So we learn all of this. And this chariot allows us to go, I'm responsible for every thought, emotion, energy, and action I do. And I am not responsible for anyone else's. Yeah, we can make it easier or harder for people to choose caterpillar or butterfly choices, but ultimately everyone makes their own. We can give someone the world and they can still choose to be upset. And you're just like, all right, that's right. So I'm not responsible. I'm releasing responsibility for everyone else's choices, and I'm releasing everyone from being responsible for my choices. And I'm just going to sweep in front of my own door and watch what I do, right? And you said you can feel that. Great opportunity to move forward, but a bit torn between. Yeah, and those emotions that it's the torn between is like you're torn between feeling the caterpillar guilt, whatever emotions, right? And the butterfly emotions. And you're just like, you know what? Hey, there's this transformation. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, magician. Here's the wand energy. You are the one with whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. And every moment is a choice between the two. And when I'm focusing on what I'm missing, what I hate, what I fear, I love the analogy that Spirit gave me about a little kid going into like a pastry shop, and they've got the little glass counters and they point over and over and over at this donut they absolutely hate. And so the baker loads up a dozen and goes here, and the kid's like, I hate these. Why do you hate me? And they're like, well, you're pointing at what you're wanting and I'm just loading up what you're pointing at. And they're like, rather than point at what you hate, point at what you love and I'll bring you more of that. And I love that power that comes in with all this. Yeah, and you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth. Um, but this is about, I feel like this is all about focusing on you again, taking care of you. What do I want to feel? What do I want to do? And it's like, well, but if I do that, they're going to act this way. You're not that powerful. That's like I used to tell my friends. Well, I wanted to do this, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings and have you feel this and you do that. I'm like, almighty powerful one that rules over my life. Whatever, this is my choices. You can't make me do anything I don't want to do. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, it's true. You almighty goddess, release yourself from feeling like you rule over everyone's life. Everyone rules over their own. Yeah. And look at this beautiful journey. The full card, free of expectations, looking at life without all these restrictions, without all these old cycles. The full card is the first card in the major arcana, the big zero, the refresh, the restart, the clean slate. And I get to decide who I am, what do I want to do, where I want to go. And it's like a little 2-year old that hasn't been told, no, bad girl, good girl, with praise and punishment, trying to make you be who they want you to be because for your safety and for their safety. They're like trying to get you to be and behave the way they want you to behave, but not anymore. You get to have this restart and this reboot that comes in. So hopefully that helps, Hannah, here with your dad, and you get to release him. He gets to be who he is, and you just get to choose to love him as he is and say, you're not my responsibility. People are like, get your father under control, and you can just go, ha, 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 ha. You're funny. You go try to control him. I'll film it and I'll put it on YouTube because it's going to be funny. But that's what they have for you. So there you go, Johanna. Many blessings to you. Again, thank you for your donation. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional donations here. So let's take a look here. So that was that one. And so you want to know here, have your dreams already manifested? All right, let's take a look here. Refresh these here and let's see what we got here. All of these? No. It's like they can't all be those. Let me shuffle these. Glad you have a sense of humor, Johanna. All right. Wow. You've been having these groups come out together, but I feel like these are yours here. All right. One, two, boom, boom. All right. So, your dreams already manifested. You got the ace of coins, the ace of pentacles, which means new opportunities opening up here. And you have the wheel of fortune too, which is about, you know, the wheels turn and then the wheels continually turning, bringing us new things into our life here. So I feel like some of your dreams have manifested, but there's so many more that will unfold here. There's things that um and it has to do with your energy here because you've got the two of wands, which is whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And it's like they're saying replace the word dreams with wishes. Have my wishes come true? Have my wishes manifested? Some of them, but you have so many more wishes that you're going to be making. And it's like you have endless wishes. It's not a little mini genie with one wish, one dream. There's a whole slew of wishes and dreams to unfold. I love here too that they, bring in the 6 of cups, which is, here's this clock, of course. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This clock that's in here. And the 6 of cups is this energy of past lives too. They're like, you have like unlimited lives to live and to experience. And they're like, you don't have to have all your wishes and dreams. You don't have to make them all in one lifetime, okay? it's like it's like if you think you have one vacation and you try to do everything. It's like going to visit Disney World. I've never visited, but Disneyland was big enough, but Disney World is like huge. You can't like do it all in a day. It's like enjoy. You're gonna have many trips. You're gonna be able to enjoy different lands. Disney World has all these different worlds, these lands that you go to, and it's like that's what our lifetimes are for. Enjoy a dream, one dream at a time, and enjoy it, and then have another one. You don't have to rush. There's no rush, and I like this here. You don't wanna come back. Well, your dream, you'll know it's manifested when you experience it in your life. There's always things that are being worked on, it's like we tell spirit before we come down. It's like there's a big group meeting and we're like, "All right, here's your honey-do list, everybody. I'm going down and I will ask you of more things when I'm down there when I remember that I can ask you." Um, but in the meantime, be working on my dreams. And they're like, gotcha. And they are. There's things that are unfolding. But, I like this, this energy of enjoy the moments, enjoy each thing as it's growing, instead of planning like a whole um hillside full of dozens and dozens and hundreds and thousands of flowers. They're like, plant one seed and watch it grow, and you can focus so much on it. If you have this whole hillside full of all these flowers, you don't get to really enjoy them all. You just enjoy it as a huge group of stuff. But they're like, enjoy each individual flower and let each one grow and watch it grow and be attentive to it and smell the individual fragrance of that flower. Because when you put them all together, they just all kind of meld together into one giant smell. That's funny. But you can smell all the individuals and enjoy each one of them too. You crack me up that you're like, I don't want to come back. We say that when we're down here, but when we're on the other side, it's totally different. Imagine being a being that's been around for billions and trillions of Earth years. It gets boring, you know? It's like, I wanna have excitement, and it's like if you're like if vampires were real and, after the 1st century, you'd be like, "Alright, I think I've done a lot of the stuff," and after, 1,000 years, you're just like, "Ugh," and then 2,000 years and 3,000 years and 10,000 years and 100,000 years. You want excitement, you want adventure, and that's why so many souls love coming to this plane because it's exciting. It's like going to an amusement park instead of working all the time, right? So I like it. I like this, for us. Um, because it's exciting. So just, realize, you know what? Why don't you? Something to look at is I encourage people when they go, I don't want to come back here. It's like, why? Why don't you want to come back here? Because it's too painful. And like, well, let's look into that, because that is the mirror for showing us it's fear. It's like I hate these uncomfortable feelings of fear. Well, they're uncomfortable because we're not used to feeling them on the other side, but instead of resisting them, we embrace them, and then life becomes so much more beautiful to live when we stop fighting with our shadow. And instead, we complete our shadow and we hug it and go, "You're my friend." All right. So that is what they have for you on that one, Supernova. Then we have one more here. Let's give that some of and thank you for your multiple donations. I really appreciate it. All right. And then you're asking, what does Kurt's spirit want you to see in yourself as a human, a person, a soul, or an individual, whatever, whatever one, or everything here. So let's take a look here. So, what did they want you to see in yourself as a human? Let's look at that. And as a person, and as a soul. I'm going to ask every one of those there, and as an individual, because I'm feeling it's interesting the difference that they're seeing it. So, as a human, as the human animal, yeah, that's where you have this natural sense of nurturing that comes forward. And the 6 of vessels, the 6 of cups again, past lives. I like this. They're like, um, they're looking at look at all the lives that you've lived, all those stars. Look all the gold stars you got. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 stars there. And they're just saying, as a human, they see you as many different characters. It's like if you name an actor and go like, Henry Cavill, and you're like, wow, and you're like, look all the different characters that he's played. And when you go, what do you want to see yourself? Look at all the different characters. Look all the different viewpoints, the different experiences you've had of all these different characters that you've played. And when you look at that, you're just like, yeah, it's like, look all the awards you got for the well played, bravo for all these characters. But I feel like they'd want you to know that you're getting caught up in this character because we're in it. This is the show that I'm filming, or the movie that I'm filming, or the show that I'm putting on. You don't think about a lot of the other characters, but you might go, I can bring in this piece of that character into this lifetime to play this, right? And I like this. I like that they're talking about this human is just a character, but you're the actor behind the character. As a person, they want you to know that there's not like a set absolute path. There's not, if you look at a map of a country, there's not just one road that goes through the entire one, and that's what everyone has to drive on. There's multiple highways, unless it's a small country, of course. But let's talk about the US. It's if you look at the US, there's like all these roads, all these highways that run this way, and then all these farm roads and all these other roads and da 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 da. There's so many um, to go, and there's not a wrong one. They just take you into different scenery, different ways of looking at things. And so when they're looking at your person and personality, it's good to know that we all come in with the, especially when you look at your astrology, we have a lower vibrational expression and a higher vibrational expression. Every sign does, every planet does. And it's like there's no right or wrong. There's just all this expression of who you want to be and what you want to do. And there's no wrong. And that's what, you know, we're taught differently. You know, we are definitely taught by parents and society and everything. Oh no, there's wrong expressions. And it's like, well, they're just not preferred. You don't prefer that I express myself that way, but too bad, you know? And there's repercussions, right? If I express it too low, I might end up in jail. But so they want you to be aware of that. And then as a soul, yeah, there is no death, there is no ending, you know. There's the Ace of Cups, you know, they're shown here as a soul. You are an eternal, powerful, supernatural being who is made of that Ace of Cups, of unconditional love. Not only are we loved unconditionally, but we're made of unconditional love. You know, that's our essence. It's what we are. And I love this as a soul when we realize and we really connect to this actor behind the characters, we realize, wow, we are really amazing, huge, you know, beings. You know, with that. So I love it. And as an individual, of course, you're going to get your Leo energy for your Leo sun energy, right? And that, you know, here again, this just kind of brings it down. Here's our human that you're being in this lifetime, but here's the infinity, the unlimited, the unending being of who you are, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And what they want you to see is that you are it all, you're everything, but um, you can focus in on a piece of who you are, but you're so much always more. We're always more than we can imagine in our human form. And the more we kind of think about thousands, millions of different lives that we've lived within this realm, within other realms and other planets and other solar systems, other universes, like I said, other dimensions, we're so existing. It just can blow our minds, and we could be like so heavenly and space otherly minded that we forget to live this experience. But that's when it's all the flowers on the hillside, but it's like focus on the one flower that's in front of you and watch it grow and give it love, give it attention, smell it, nurture it, right? So I love it, right? In comparison, we're and we come down here to experience the smallness, because in experiencing our opposite and experiencing how small we are, we understand how large we are. It's like if you've ever seen these the big, huge forest trees, um, and when you first see a picture of it, you're like, "Oh, it's a tree." And they're like, "Look closer." And you look closer, and they go, "Look closer." And you look closer, and then you see this little human being standing. They're like this big and compared to this huge tree, which you thought was just like a tree in front of you, but you realize, "Oh my God, I see the expanse of it because of the smallness of you see the scale of who you are." So I love it. But yeah, definitely we're dumbed down. We're dumbed down because we're lower vibrational on purpose, though, so that we can see it. So it's trippy. I know. It's like, whoa. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you for all your donations and your questions. I love those. And then Mia, hello, hello. Let's give your donation some love here. And let's take a look. Did you already ask your question up above? Let me just scroll up, and if not, I'm sure you're typing it if you haven't already. So I'm just going to scroll and see if it's here somewhere. I don't think I saw. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Hello, hello. Want to know? Do you see? Is there a new job coming soon and making you feel good and happy? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has here for you. What else? All right. All right. Wow. All right. So let us take a look. Okay. Well, I imagine so. We do see a new job coming soon. And okay. So let's take a look. So well, soon the first card that made itself known is Eight of Wands, which is fast, fast, moving, moving, sudden, sudden, here it comes. So yeah, very soon. It's like you're gonna be getting notification here, it's gonna be moving in. Um, because the next 2 cards that came up, you got the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is feeling very fulfilled in the outside world, and even your human here is feeling very, very, very fulfilled here. Uh, because the Wheel of Fortune says, "Whatever unfolds is for us." Um, Sometimes our human though is like, how is that for me? But when the wheel of fortune is the tune of for you, the four tune, um, and so you definitely feel like it's for you. I love this too, that you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic you, and I like it because this job that's coming up, it feels like it's something that really allows you to express yourself, allows you to be you. The group of people that's there, they're like, "We like quirky, weird people, so come aboard. I think you'll fit in because we are," and I feel like it's like, "Yes, I don't have to, worry about being all proper and, brr," they're like real people. And I like this job. It's what helps bring this feelings of joy that come in here. Plus, you've got this, power of emotional choice coming in, and the high priestess too, which is about, stepping back, stepping in here and having this beautiful awareness that comes in with all of this. Um, because it fulfills you on deep levels, because I feel like the energy of where you're around, again, with all these people, because you're empathic and you pick up people's emotions, being around a bunch of complainers and people that have low vibrational energy, it wears you out, right? But these people are upbeat and weird and fun. And I just feel like it's an environment of like, they're like, this is a zero negativity zone. Let's choose happiness. And this is what comes in here with the Lovers card, which is the power of emotional choice. Every moment is a choice between lower vibrational, higher vibrational energies. And I feel like they are all about, you know what? Do you realize that, everybody's a part of the team? And when we're only as strong as our weakest link. And so if someone's having a bad day, it's all of us. We want to join in to help out the person. And that's the kind of, energy. And so I love this, that, start looking around, start looking at um, something that's more true to your authentic self and you, and not, well, this seems like the responsible thing to do. It's like, it's about, I almost feel like it's trying something different, a different field, something that's more expressive of you rather than, well, this is steady and good money and they have benefits, but you're like, but I'd love this. Oh my gosh, find that because it's out there for you. And there's this group that are just waiting for you to join them, going, where's our, what was it? It's one of those witch movies where they were looking for their fourth, because they would call all the elements and they were missing an element. And I feel like they're like, "Where's our missing element?" And here you are. And you walk in and they're like, "There she is," So I love this for you. But it's time to step outside of the norm, um, and be weird. So I like it for you, Mia. That's what they have for you. So do it. Yep. And here's the chariot. Move forward, conquer. Choices, choices, choices. You get to decide what everything means. And so it's really stepping into that power. So there you go. I enjoy. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. And then Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon, thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love here. And for everyone waiting for your free readings, if you're new to the channel, usually in the mornings I get a lot of donations, which help me be able to do this because this is where I'm earning my income for food. Luckily, I have a beautiful host who lets me live in her basement for free, and it's her way of giving back to the world. So we give her a big thank you of gratitude, and then eating. This is how I eat. So thank you so much for your donations. I will be on for about 30 more minutes, and I might get to some free readings, and I won't get to a ton of them. I will come back on later this afternoon after I go to my praying mantis member session, which lasts about an hour or so, and then I need to go run an errand and eat, and then I'll be back and complete that, and then I'll be on tonight too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow morning. So we shall be back. So it's the free readings are first come first serve, and then anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize those. So so Melissa, I will, as I just said, so first come first serve, I'll go down, and then if you want to make a donation, I can prioritize that. Otherwise, I will get to you in order. All right. So Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon, reading on Taurus this week, and be nosy. Stick my nose in the business here. So let's take a look. And let me just reshuffle these up. Refresh some energy there and take a sip of my coffee here. All right. So let's see, Gemini Sun. The reading on Taurus this week. All right. So we got those. We do want that one, and we do want this one. All right. So we'll see what this is below the surface here. First, we got in the bottom of the deck, we got the Champion of Wands. Champion of Wands is the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. So a lot of passion, a lot of movement, a lot of activity coming in here next week with this Taurus. So they are like a horse on fire. But I just feel like they're all over the place too. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. So they're Five of Cups here. They have a big transformation going on with their emotions, right? Five of Cups usually has 3 spilt cups that they can be consumed with. But there's this transformation of going, "Ugh, I'm just tired of feeling down. I want to feel up." And I feel like they're, stepping into a bit of their power here. But I don't feel like they're transforming emotion as much as I feel like they're stuffing emotion. They're like, "I'm tired of feeling this. Let me just stick this in this drawer." And it's, even though the drawer is so full, they're like, "Let me just close it." Or this closet, that's full. They're like, "Let me just open up, throw something in, and close it really quick, and that'll be good for now." That's happening there. Yeah, because they're wanting to feel this fulfilling overflow emotion. They're tired of the low vibration. They're ready for the high vibration and celebrational type of energy. And I kind of feel like they're sucking it up a bit for the sake of others too, but mainly for themselves, because they're just tired of, like, I'm just tired of this. And they're tired of people complaining about them. I got next 2 sevens coming out together. The Seven of Wands is this, I want to be a bright light instead of the person that's trying to burst other people's bubbles. So I feel like they're choosing, like, you know what? I'm going to be a frickin' sun this time instead of, water trying to douse a torch or put out a fire. I want to burn bright. I want to be a source of light right now. Seven of Pentacles is usually a patience card of the last thing that grows on a fruit tree, like, is the fruit. But I feel like they're like, I'm ready for harvest. I'm ready for this. I don't want to be and that makes so much sense too with the Seven of Pentacles, because a piece of that is when the fruit starts to grow, it's like, I don't want that, right? And when they see, like, why is this dark fruit, the shadowy fruit growing? I don't want to be that. No, I'm choosing to change my fruit to represent brightness and light instead of darkness and humdrum, instead of being the Grinch that stole Christmas, I'm ready to have my heart grow 3 times the size, if that makes sense. So I like that. Yeah, and look at here, we got the 8 of Cups coming in, which is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve and relationships and people that no longer serve as well. So, there's this, the 8 of Vessels leads to the 9 of Vessels, which is what they're wanting, ultimately is to feel this feeling here. Oh, yeah. So I feel like he is ready to be like, "You know what? I'm tired of investing all this negative energy and this lower vibrational emotion. I just wanna choose stuff," and I feel like that he's letting it go, and he's letting go of his attachment to being responsible for other people's emotions. Wow. Yeah. 'Cause we had this 2 sevens and we have the 2 eights coming out together, very synchronistic. And the 8 of Coins is putting the work and the movement and movement forward, and I feel like they are ready here. Maybe they have been working on some stuff and not trying to stuff it all. Um, but oh, yeah. Do you ever, like, get, really excited around, sorting out a closet? And you're really gung ho for like 9/10 of it, and then you get towards the end and you're like, well, the rest of this is organized, but this other stuff I'm just going to put in this box and close it up and put it up here. I'll sort that later. I feel like they've done a lot of work here, but there's like, the rest of this I'm just going to scoop off into this thing, and I've run out of steam. And I kind of feel like that's where they're at here. They've run out of some steam, but the 8 of Coins is like things can't stay the way they are kind of energy. And there's this, they've gone to the cocoon, they are transforming, but other people are staying caterpillars. And they're like, well, I can't go continue to do caterpillar things. I'm transforming into a butterfly and I'm ready to go do some butterfly things. So I do feel like they're in this. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna limit myself and walk alongside. You ever see a butterfly walking alongside caterpillars going, well, they didn't want to change yet, so I'm just going to hang around here, pretend I'm a beautiful caterpillar. They're like, no. They're like, here we go, zoom, 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 and movement forward. Yeah, yeah, literally. Here's that butterfly with the 10 of swords. They're like, I'm tired of trying to live up to all these expectations and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's of these others, and I'm ready to move forward. Yeah. And whoops. And we've got the 6 of cups here too, which has to do with childhood memories and transforming old emotions into new things. Because what he had the 6, I don't think he had the 7 of cups. But you got the 6 of vessels. I think they had the 8 of vessels, the 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just the 7 is missing. 5, 6, 8, 9. That's coming in here. Yeah, the emotional confusion is not present here, and I feel like that's because they've got clarity that's come in here. Yeah, yeah. Spiraling. Yeah, and I just feel like they're just like, "All right, enough with this," and I feel like they're tired of feeling those emotions, and they're just ready to put an end to it, and, um, they're ready to, um yeah, to a beautiful butterfly. I feel like they are moving, into this, yeah, 10 of Wands. They're moving into this where they're adjusting where they're investing all their energy. The 10 of Wands is like realizing what feels urgent versus what's important. And I feel like they have all this, again, with that 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands energy is I'm trying to do so much to please so many people. It's exhausting. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm putting an end and I'm weeding out where I'm investing all of my mental, emotional, physical, energetic energy. It's funny, but where I'm investing it all. And I'm coming back to do butterfly things. If you guys can't come with me, then I'm just not going to invest a lot of energy into that anymore because you can't force a caterpillar to go into a cocoon. It has to choose to create its cocoon. And all these people that like their family, everything that they're dealing with here are those caterpillars who are just like, no, we want to eat and consume. And the butterfly, he's changed into like, tired of consuming. I want to go be gather nectar and go from flower to flower and help things pollinate each other. And then I want to go on this, like the monarchs go on this pilgrimage or whatever they go on, for 1,000 miles. And a caterpillar goes, 1,000 miles? You're stupid. How could we even go 1,000 miles? Well, caterpillar can't. It hits a little stream, it can't go any further, but they're just tired of feeling bound and restricted, and they're ready to move forward with that. Towards anyone specifically, let's see here if he's going towards a person. I just feel like they want to butterflies, they don't want caterpillars, so they want someone who's transformed, themselves, Yeah, we've got movement of emotion. I just feel like they're moving away from everyone that they've known, before. This Eight of Cups, again, leaving behind old emotions and relationships that and the Champion, the Knight of Cups, is also a movement of so it just feels like they're one been transformed. No more caterpillar. Let's see, anyone specific? I feel like they're moving towards themselves rather than someone else, because 'cause we've got the 6 of Pentacles and the about balancing, that's coming in here. You know, the Temperance is patience and slow unfolding, and the, 6 of Pentacles is about balancing their giving and receiving. So I feel like they're in this slow, like, I'm gonna spend time with me, and I gotta understand who I am and what I want. I don't feel like they're moving towards a person. They're moving towards themselves. So that is what they have there for you, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. So they're like, I want to go do butterfly things, and I feel like they only know caterpillars, you know, romantically. They don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, because they do want an equal partner. They want a butterfly. Eventually, they want something like that, but I feel like they're focusing on them right now. Really, the Six of Pentacles is understanding their tendency to end up in codependent relationships where they feel the need to overgive to receive very little. They just don't want to do that anymore. And so they're really spending this time on themselves because they don't want to keep doing what they've always done and get what they've always gotten. They're ready for something different. So hopefully that makes sense. They're Gemini Sun. So thank you again for your donation. You are very welcome. All right. And Supernova, thank you for your additional donation there. Let me just make sure this wasn't a donation here. Nope. Spam, 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 spam. Okay. All right. So, Nova, your last question. Has your perception of energy and empathic abilities gone strong recently? I think you're perceiving more than before. It's either that or you're crazy. Well, I am not a licensed, psychologist. Disclaimer, in the description box of the video. I cannot confirm or deny that. But let's take a look here. Let's answer your first question. All right. So let's see what we've got here. All right. Well, you definitely have on the outskirts here, really have become connected to your truth and the capital T truth of who you are and what you're aware of. The Nine of Swords is all the lower vibrational fear energy, but the Hierophant, the proclaimer here, the number 5, that's the major arcana. This is your higher self that is allowing you to see things from a different perspective. And in doing that, you do have this change of perception of the outside world because you've got the crown of coins, which is the king of pentacles, and the queen. You got the king and the queen, the divine counterparts here of the coins and the outside world. And there's like this your understanding of the world has really changed through your connection to the spirit world. And so when you're saying that your perception of energy and empathic abilities and just like your perception of the outside world has changed because of this new knowledge, you're cutting away the small t truths of, the supposed to's and the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the musts, and you're connected to these capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love instead, which is this, um, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are, right? So your perception is changing of yourself in your inner world, which automatically begins to change your outside world because you are changing, your world changes, and your perception of the world changes. So there's a lot of this about your thoughts and beliefs are altering how you're seeing the outside world. I feel like your question is more about your your emotions and picking up other people's emotions, which is all part of that. The more that you're fearing less and you have less of these thoughts, the more you're free to be yourself and unrestricted you are as well. Ah, okay, I see. So you're talking about um picking up because empathic abilities is feeling other humans' emotions, right? And you're talking about the perception of energy, like sensing the presence of others. And you do have the Six of Wands, which is victory and this energy. Here's the energy here that's coming in here, which is you're feeling the support of all these other people. These are like spirit around you, going. You can feel them, especially around full moons, and because full moons eh, um, exaggerate and expand everything that we're feeling. And that's why full moons is when we also are really connected to spirit, because that's when like the veil is the thinnest. And it's not so much that the veil is the thinnest, it's that our ability to sense beyond the veil is expanded, is really truly what happens here, which the Cancer full moon on Tuesday, any water full moons are very expansive and very big there too. Yeah. And you do have the Champion of Wands on the bottom, which is the Knight of Wands, which is your pursuit here. You're on a quest for feeling higher energies. And so it is. You're on the path, you're on this quest, and you've accomplished and found, a lot of your energy. But it's always a scavenger hunt. It's a journey, and when we look to like get to a place of I've found it, I've got it. It's like you've got some, because it's like becoming a first grader and going, "Oh, I have all knowledge." And they're like, "Keep learning." you know. Even college, I graduated. I've got my degree. I know everything. They're like, "There's a doctorate." I mean, doctorates after that. It's like, "Oh, there's masters." You got your bachelor's and then you got your master's and then there's the, doctorate. It's like there's always something more to learn and to grow because we are these perfect mountains that are beyond our capacity to grasp the expansiveness of ourselves. There's always more to learn. There's always more to glean. There's always more. There's always more, you know. So yeah, and all the bills to pay. So, yeah, we definitely have, expansiveness, and you're on this quest, with that Knight of Wands, I just feel like you are, you know, um, moving and moving and more and more. Yeah, yeah, we it's more and more, and when we think, "Well, I wanna get to the end of it," that's the human. I need to get to the end so that I can say I'm successful. It's like, nah, it's not about if you ever have a chance to, what was the name of the it was a book made into a movie, um, my mind is blank right now, but it's about this gymnast who broke both of his, like, shattered his legs, and he came back to win, and I can't think of the name of the movie, but it has a really spiritual, um, message behind it because, this guy works at a gas station, and he ends up helping him to learn things, but one of the big things that because I'm seeing the movie play in my head, that they he goes, "Let's go on a hike," and they're on this long hike, and it's taking forever, and you're like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Full out. I wonder if that was it. It's I can't remember the name of the original book. I think it had was it Nick Nolte? Was he the person? Um, maybe I can look it up while we're here too. Um, but um we'll see here. That's what the internet's all about, right? But, let me see here. Nick Nolte, we'll put gymnast movie. Peaceful Warrior. Peaceful Warrior, is the name of it, and it's, yeah, Dan Millman, and it was from his book. But yeah, if that's the yeah, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior was the book, and, but the Peaceful Warrior is the name of the movie. But it's a good one because he's on this journey. They go hiking, and he keeps on asking, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" And and he goes finally. And Nick Nolte, he plays such a good character because he's like Socrates is his name. He's like this really wise person, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I guess we're here." And he was like, "Well, what is it?" I go. He goes, "Well, what do you see?" And he's looking around. And he's like, "This rock?" And he goes, "Sure." You know, so pick up the rock, and he picks it up and he goes, "So what do you think?" And he's like, "Oh, this is about the journey, not about the destination." He's like, and so that's what it's about is the journey of learning and growing and exploring. It's not about getting to the destination, it's about the exploration, right? We're always on this adventure because we're adventurers. So I like it. So I know I love it. So so if you have a chance, the Peaceful Warrior or The Way of the Peaceful Warrior is the book, and there's like a series of books too, but very, very aware of the journey that unfolds. So, all right. So that's what they have for you. Absolutely, yeah. See if it's available somewhere. It's probably I don't know. It's very old. But or at least read the book. Um, if you're not, yeah, maybe Netflix. It might even be so old. It's like but you never know. It could be out there somewhere. Especially in Australia, you might just have it there available. But so I love it. All right. Oh, my stomach growling. Sorry, you guys heard that. Wow, I even ate breakfast. What's happening? Building up an appetite. All right. So rather than I know I've only got like 5 or 6 minutes left. Rather than start the free readings, I'm just going to say that I didn't get to free readings in this session. I will be back. I want to make sure I'm going to take screenshots here and then share some other things for you. In fact, let me do that first. So, just for everyone, um, if you haven't checked out while you're waiting, I'm going to be going to my Praying Mantis member session here in a couple minutes. That's about an hour or so, and then I'm going to go run an errand and eat, and then I'll be back probably 3:30 Mountain Time ish. So I'll be back on, and I will complete all the free readings. Then I will be back this evening too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'll come back. But while you're waiting, if you haven't checked out, I have some free content. The first is the winter summer solstice reading, which we just entered that here a couple of days ago. And then this has like the 3 month forecast plus each individual zodiac sign. I had pulled a card for each as a theme for that zodiac sign. And there's also a little list and a chart in there of each of the planets and what area of our life they impact. So if you know, like your Mars sign, Venus, Uranus, Moon, whatever, you can also look at those and see what theme around that area of your life is going to be happening during those 3 months. So be sure to check that out. And as we mentioned, the December solstice is the entry into Capricorn sign. The sun moves into Capricorn. And so happy birthday, all you Capricorn sun babies. There's a pick a card for everyone, but there's a special bonus reading at the end for all you Capricorns. And it gives you a 3 month forecast. So if you have any Capricorn sun baby friends, send them that link too. And give them a little gift there. Also, next Tuesday, we do have that Cancer full moon. So, if you want to find out how to make the most of that release energy of the full moon, we talk about it in this video. Plus, there's a pick a card about what can be transformed in your relationship with mother figures or motherhood, right? And then yesterday morning, I did put out the 2024 energy forecast, which gives you the overall energies for the year on love, money, and career. Plus, we break out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months each. And Spirit gives you a what blessing, one blessing coming in for each of those. And then also information around those. And there's a video for each individual zodiac sign. That's the link to the playlist, so you can choose which one you want there. And then lastly, you still have time to get into the drawing for this month. You have a chance to win a 30-minute past life reading. You have until tomorrow night, which is Christmas Eve, to get into the drawing, and then I'll be announcing a winner on Christmas. Because I do offer past life readings now. I had put out a announcement on that. Here's the video telling you what is included in a past life. Plus, it's half off until the end of this year. Plus, I still have off my other personal readings, my Hedges of Peace and Love, and my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. All that information's down below. And on January 1st, I will be changing the pricing back to regular price. So you still have a chance to get it at half off. All right, everybody. That's all the announcements. Let me grab here. I will, when I come back this afternoon, I will be going in order of the chat. And after I'm done, I will also pin a comment in the video in the order in which the readings were appeared, and I promise I'll do it correctly this time. I think yesterday's I mixed up a couple, and some individuals thought I didn't get theirs. I'm like, oh nope, I did. I just didn't put the order correct. So I will pay extra close attention this time. All right, and I'm just grabbing the screenshots here. So I'll have captured everyone's, and thank you for your patience in getting to the free readings. I know the morning sessions, a lot of times I have a lot of donations, which, as I mentioned before, is how I live and survive and why I'm able to offer free readings. Otherwise, I'd be exhausted from working and not do hardly anything that I do. So thank you guys so much for all the donations and all of your love and support. And especially thank you for the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. It's something that you can do for free. So if you're enjoying getting free readings, make sure to do that. And that just helps spread the love. All right, everybody, I'm going to head out, and I will be back this afternoon. And remember, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator, And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love. You hang in there and you take care.